it's DragonFeather, and I'm sorry if it's kind of dark, but the light right here that I normally use to make a video burned out. Like, I used that light right there, and I just found out that it burnt out, so oh well. This is my bathroom, so we're gonna use that instead. But anyway, I'm here to talk about cursing, and the good curses and the bad curses, and the difference between curses and hexes. Now, I already know people are going to disagree with me on this, but this is how I view them personally, and so, yeah. So let's start out with a curse. A curse, most people, when they hear a curse, it's a negative thing in their mind. When really all a curse is something that you put on a specific person, object, or item, such as anything really. You can curse a person in particular for such action that they make, or you can curse an item to where when someone does something to the item or tries to mess with it, something happens to them. So you can curse yourself too, which I'm going to get into that in a second. And no, not curse yourself in a bad way. I'll tell you all about it. But let's just say I have my home. I can curse my home to where if someone tries to break into my home, something bad would happen to them. Say their back would start hurting really bad, and to the point to where they couldn't walk anymore, or for a certain period of time. Like they couldn't run away, or they couldn't move, or they were paralyzed for a certain amount of seconds, or something like that. Now, curses aren't always going to work. You have to really believe in it. You have to really, truly believe that you're doing what you think is best. And that goes for anyone. You know, like if you curse somebody, you know, because curses and hexes do work surprisingly, but that's because there has to be bad magic to balance out the good magic. Or the good intentions with the bad intentions. Magic is kind of neutral. So, anyway, and a hex is more of a serious thing. A hex is like saying, if you do this, you're gonna, like, you know, die or something. It's like bad. Hexes are bad. Now I'm sure there's like, oh, there's good hexes too, and I'm like, okay, well, if there's a good hex, then explain to me, because I'm not sure. I know. And such and so forth. But my main point for this video is talking about cursing yourself. And a lot of people are going to be like, what's wrong with you for cursing yourself? Well, I'm going to tell you. I actually put a curse on myself, and I'm going to explain. It's not a bad curse at all. It's a curse to where, because lately I've been having a hard time, just with life in general. I usually am a very upbeat person. I'm usually very positive, and I'm very, you know, yeah, you know, that's like normally who I am and what I do and just my personality. And lately I've been having a hard time. I've felt very disconnected from a lot of things, and I have been kind of going towards a state of depression, which is not good. So, not knowing what to do really, I set a curse on myself, and that curse is whenever I start feeling a lower vibration, or a lower, like, almost negative, or if I start thinking bad, or if I start thinking about things that upset me, or if I just start being like, I don't want to do anything, I curse myself to where when I do that, I have to do something. I automatically do something to help someone, to make someone's day better. For example, let's just say I start thinking about all the things in the world that upset me, such as overpopulation and production and how we basically have exploited the earth. If I start thinking about that, and it really gets to me, then automatically, if I'm at home, I go on the internet and write something really nice on somebody's Facebook wall. Or I go and, you know, personally, like, call someone, like, someone that I know. Like, say, and like, oh, I just wanted to know that I was thinking about you and that you're doing good. And I also, let's just say I do this and I'm at, like, school, or I'm out in a public place, then I'll go up to someone and be like, you look really, really nice today, like, you look really, really pretty, or like, I really like your shoes, like, compliment someone, or be like, oh, let me help you there, like, hold the door open for somebody, you know, like, for someone who's like in a wheelchair or who's on crutches, who's having a hard time. Like, just do something positive for somebody. And I hope that makes sense, because I really don't know why I've been all weird lately, and I'm sorry. It's part of the reason why I haven't been making videos in a while. I just haven't really felt like myself. But I am on my way back, and I'm getting there, and I must be crazy because I put a curse on myself. Yes, but the curse I've used it well, I haven't used it. It's using me in a way, I guess. Leave a comment below. Do you think curses use you, or you use curses? Or do you do both? I'm curious what you guys have to say for that, because I don't really know. So anyway, yeah, it's happened quite a bit. One of them was I, randomly with one of my viewers, I went through all my subscribers, randomly picked a person, and messaged them and said really nice things, and I just felt compelled to do it when I started feeling bad. Don't know why. It's probably the curse working, but, you know, for the person who got that, I'm not going to say their channel name because I didn't ask permission, but for the person who got that, don't think that I wouldn't have done that anyway. It's just that, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed it, and it wasn't just because of a curse that you got a nice message from me, which sounds really weird and probably really hard to explain. But, I hope you enjoy, and thank you for watching. So, and taking your time to listen to me talk and babble on about interesting topics. So, yeah. Yes. So, that's all I have to say. Leave a message below if you've ever cursed yourself, or if you've ever cursed someone, if it was a good or a bad curse, or if your curse worked, if your curse was for a specific reason to find something out that you didn't know. Do you feel guilty about it? Do you feel good about it? Are you proud of yourself for it working? Did it not work? Have you hexed anyone? How has that gone? Like, how do you feel about curses and hexes? Let me know. And how do you guys feel about me cursing myself? That's pretty interesting, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. This is completely and utterly random, I know. So, I really hope you guys like this. Please, any questions or comments, leave them down below. And if you have something a little more personal, then, you know, you can always personal message me. Another heads up, with people who leave me their email addresses, I have a really hard time. I'm gonna sound really weird right now. I honestly have a really hard time emailing people. Like, I always go, I'm like, how does this work? Like, how do I send them email? Like, how do I reply? Like, it's so, like, cheesy because of how, like, usually into technology I am. Like, I'm usually pretty good with technology, but just Gmail and, like, mail in general, like, email, I'm sorry. It's so hard for me to do it. I will try if you don't have any other way of talking to me, most definitely. But if you've ever left me your email, and there's a handful of you guys who have, please, 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 personal message me on YouTube instead. It is a much easier way for me to get to you, and it's a much easier way for me to keep up with, talking to you and such, and really helping you out, because when I go on my YouTube channel, every single time I go on YouTube, I get a notification, and I don't always get a notification for my email. So, like, if I were to email you, I would not know if I got one back, or it would just, I would accidentally might not respond back to you, and I don't want that to happen. So please, personal message me through YouTube, and if you guys don't know how to do that, I'm sure there's tutorials on YouTube. Just search how to personal message someone on the new YouTube, and I'm sure it will take you right there. So, yes, so any other questions or comments, like I said, leave them below and let me know, and I hope you enjoyed. And I'm not going to say go curse yourself, because that, I'm sorry, I can't believe I cursed myself. I told my friends that, and they're just like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know, man, there's lots of things that are weird about me. Yep. So, until next time, blessed be, and bye.